Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu amma ba'd. A'udzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa nazzalna alaykal kitaba tibyanan likulli shay' wa hudan wa rahmatan wa bushra lil muslimin. Sadaqallahul azim. Sanurihim ayatina fil afaqi wa fi anfusihim hatta yatabayyana lahum annahu al-haq. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. Dear brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We return after a week's gap for this week's analysis of global events and its relationship with Islamic eschatology. So today is Monday, 8th September 2014. So we will be covering in this address from Tuesday to Monday, 2nd September to 8th September 2014. But before we start doing that, there are two updates. The first is we have been stating in the past few weeks, that we will start uploading the Retreat 2013 videos, inshallah, very soon. And this week we are not going to repeat that statement, not because we do not intend to upload the videos, but we have already started uploading the videos, alhamdulillah. So some of you who have seen the videos know about it already. Those of you who have not watched the retreat videos, you can start watching it now. The second is I'm not sure whether we should upload this week's analysis now or we should defer it to later, because we do not want to break the flow of the series of sessions of Retreat 2013. So it is very much possible that by the time you will be hearing about this week's analysis, it may be a few weeks from now, or it may also be if we decide to upload it soon. But if we upload it now, it will again break the retreat talks. So let's see how we plan it. Okay, so this is about the retreat update and this week's update, which we will start now. On Tuesday, 2nd September 2014, the main news seems to be centered around Pakistan, about the three-way conflict that's emerging in Pakistan between Nawaz Sharif, Tahir al-Qadri and Imran Khan. We have been just stating this, but let's add some more perspective to it. Pakistan wants to dismantle India into smaller states. It says that India was never a single nation. It was only after the British, they came to India and established their empire, it became what later came to be known as India. And it wants to dismantle India into smaller states. India, on the other hand, wants to dismantle Pakistan into smaller nation states. Now, what's going to happen? Only time will tell. But as always, we make a prediction and we are risking ourselves while we are making certain predictions. What is going to happen is Pakistan will not be able to dismantle India or disintegrate India, however much it may shout and cry and bang the desk. That's not going to happen. On the other hand, what's really going to happen is that Pakistan, sooner rather than later, will be dismantled, or it will disintegrate, or it will be made to disintegrate into smaller nation states. That's what That's what's going to happen. Now, this serves Zionist interests as well, to dismantle Pakistan, to defang Pakistan of its nuclear power. To do that, two things, there could have been two approaches. Number one, to launch an attack on Pakistan directly by the Zionist allies. It would have risked its reputation and it would have gathered a massive negative global public opinion against itself. But what it is doing is to very clearly create a social unrest within Pakistan, so that this unrest, this anarchy, this chaos itself leads to the dismantling and the disintegration of Pakistan in a way that no blame can be put on the Zionists. And this is exactly what is happening in Pakistan. Now, I will not suggest that the three persons in the forefront, in the limelight now, Nawaz Sharif, Tahir Qadri and Imran Khan, are direct Zionist agents. I'm not suggesting that. But whether they are or whether they are not, that is not the issue. What is happening in Pakistan is that all of them are falling into the trap laid by the Zionists, which is essentially to create social unrest in Pakistan, and which they want by this that it should lead to internal conflicts, which will eventually lead to the dismantling and the disintegration of Pakistan as a single state into smaller nation states. That's what their plan and objective is, and that's where it is leading to. So this is about the situation in Pakistan. If you've been following the last few weeks' addresses, it seems that ISIS will not go away from the news anytime sooner. So again, ISIS continues or will continue for some time at least to dominate the headlines, or at least the sub-headlines, if not the main headlines. So we will not focus on every day about ISIS. Only when it has some specific important events about ISIS, we are going to speak about it. So on Tuesday, 2nd September 2014, there's not much about ISIS except for the fact that UN blames both the ISIS and the Iraqi government for atrocities in Iraq and the neighboring regions.